developing media activities with director of Al Zahra TV channel. Non-violence organization strongly deplores arrest of climate activists in the Netherlands. Imam Hussein Media Group set to host 8th big gathering of viewers in Canada, Toronto. Assalamu alaikum, this is Hussein Jawad and you are watching Shia Waves live from Imam Hussein TV 3 in London. The Deputy of the Supreme Religious Authority, Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Hussein Shirazi, Hujjat al-Islam wal-Muslimin Sheikh Muhammad Radhi Wasram in Majunga, Madagascar said on Sunday that the Shia devotees of Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them, in the city are eager to attend the weekly religious ceremonies. Sheikh Wasram said in a statement to the Shia Waves agency that this eager commitment emanates from their love and loyalty to Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them, as well as their determination to learn the divine knowledge. Amid the spiritual atmosphere, the Shirazi Religious Authority strives to maintain such ceremonies. He added that Ahlul Bayt Center, affiliated to the Supreme Religious Authority in Majunga, continues to hold its weekly sessions amid the huge attendance of the Shia Muslims. Sheikh Wasram continued, the weekly religious ceremonies include various activities such as Quranic recitations, performing obligatory prayer, recitation of Hadith al-Kisa, and lectures on the biographies of Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them. The Deputy of the Supreme Religious Authority, Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Hussein Shirazi, Hujjat al-Islam wal-Muslimin Sheikh Jalal Ma'ash, discussed the director of Al Zahra TV channel, Sheikh Muhsin Al-Turk, the horizons for developing media activities to better publish and disseminate the teachings and knowledge of Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them. Sheikh Ma'ash said in a statement to Shia Waves agency that the meeting with the director of Al Zahra TV channel in Turkey was to discuss ways to develop media activities to serve Ahlul Bayt as well as to know the activities of the TV channel. Sheikh Ma'ash added that we raised questions about the circumstances of the Shias and the Alawis in Turkey and how to carry our missionary campaigns, and we listened to the official answers. He pointed out that the Sheikh Al-Turk expressed his interest in what had been discussed based on the directives and recommendations of the Supreme Religious Authority to improve the quality of media content in line with what serves Ahlul Bayt's teachings. The non-violence organization Free Muslim has denounced the rights violations that the Netherlands authorities committed against climate activists in the country. The organization said in a statement received by Shia Waves that it had seen authentic reports and data on the Dutch police have recently arrested more than 1,500 climate activists following a protest against Dutch fossil fuel subsidies. The statement added that the organization considers these acts as irresponsible that violate international laws based on human rights and freedoms of expression. The Free Muslim called on the Dutch authorities to immediately release all the detainees, stressing the importance of responding to the protesters' demands as they are in line with the international common good. Let us remind our respected viewers of today's headlines. Deputy of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Madagascar, Shia Muslims in Majunga are eager to attend Ahlul Bayt ceremonies. Deputy of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi discusses horizons for developing media activities with director of Al Zahra TV channel. Non-violence organization strongly deplores arrest of climate activists in the Netherlands. Also tonight, Recep Tayyip Erdogan wins Turkish presidential elections amid regional and global different reactions. Imam Hussein Media Group is going to host a large gathering of viewers in Toronto, Canada. The Public Relations Department of the Media Group said in a statement received by Shia Waves agency. The gathering is scheduled to be held on Sunday the 9th of July at 4 o'clock local time at the Jaffrey Centre in Toronto, which will be simultaneously broadcasted live on IHTV channels. The event will be attended by some of the most important personalities, speakers and Nawha reciters, and popular figures of the Shia community in the Western world, including Dr. Sayyid Ammar Nakhshawani, the famous English-speaking lecturer, Sayyid Maysam Abbas, the popular reciter of the Urdu language, and other reciters of Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them, as well as Mr. Ali Fadil and Ali Al-Zuhairi. The statement adds that the event will be a fundraiser to collect donations and gifts for financial activities of Imam Hussein Media Group. You can register for your attendance in this conference through the internet address www.imamhussein3.tv/gala. It should be noted that the group has been previously organized 7 different gatherings in Germany, Canada, Sweden and England. And now we continue with some short news. Pakistani authorities said on Sunday that the death toll from an avalanche caused by heavy rains in the country's northern mountainous region has risen to 11 after emergency services concluded rescue operations. The avalanche struck the Shanta Pass area in the Astor district of Pakistan's northern Gilgit-Baltistan region early on Saturday as a nomadic tribe was crossing the mountainous region. Most of the victims were nomads who had brought their cattle from the Punjab province to graze the green pastures for the summer season. Refugees who were in detention in Haranga sub-jail are protesting over their continued detention, seeking their release or repatriation to junta-ruled Myanmar, media outlets reported. Media sources reported that nearly 271 Rohingya refugees started a protest on May 12th by going on hunger strike in wake of visit by a sub-divisional magistrate. In March 2021, the Indian government rounded up 271 Rohingyas, including 74 women and 70 children, and detained them in a sub-jail. Those arrested are only part of the 5,700-odd Rohingya Muslim refugees living in Jammu and Kashmir. Mostly in Jammu, they are considered the world's most persecuted Muslims. The United Nations Office for Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs said in a new report on Sunday that the ongoing armed conflicts in Sudan have displaced nearly 1.4 million people so far. The OCHA's report added that the Sudan also hosts 1.13 million refugees from the other conflict-ridden countries, including South Sudan, Eritrea and Syria. At least 730 individuals have been killed and about 5,500 others wounded as of May 23rd, according to Sudan's Federal Ministry of Health. Media outlets in Nigeria have reported that dozens of Nigerian Shia followers of Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them, organized protests in Kaduna to condemn the crimes committed against innocent civilians by the government. They added that the protesters condemned the crimes committed by Kaduna's ruler Nasr al-Rufai'i, who is supported by Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari. The media agencies said further that the angry protesters, men and women, said that crimes were committed by a person known for his obvious anti-Islam motives and hatred. It should be mentioned that the Shia followers of Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them, in Nigeria are subjected to persecution and harassment from the government to prevent from them exercising their religious activities, such as holding the Husseini holy rituals. The Guardian newspaper has reported the findings of new research that shows stars may not be visible in major cities within 20 years due to severe light pollution, increasing use of light-emitting diodes, LEDs, and other forms of lighting is brightening the night sky at a dramatic rate. Scientists have found indiscriminate use of outdoor lighting, street lighting, advertising boards, and illuminated sports venues are now destroying our view of the stars. The victory of Recep Tayyip Erdogan in the second round of the Turkish presidential election has been met with different reactions at the regional and global level. More details in the following report.
Turkey's controversial elections concluded with the victory of Recep Tayyip Erdogan. The election that put Mr. Erdogan on the edge of the precipice after about 2 decades of rule. Finally, after 2 rounds of elections, he was able to secure the presidency of Turkey for 5 years by winning about 52% of the votes. The leader of the opposition, Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu, who won about 48% of the votes, called the Turkish presidential election the most unfair election of the past years. Kılıçdaroğlu's defeat may not go down well with Turkey's NATO allies, who have recently become more concerned about Erdogan's rapprochement with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Regional and world leaders congratulated Turkish President Erdogan on his victory, but remained cautious about the path he would take for his nation. Turkey, which has served as a bridge between Europe and Asia for centuries, adopted an anti-European stance under Erdogan and roots to conservatism. Last night, following his victory, gathered, Erdogan addressed his supporters, who all 85 million people of the country won in this election. Erdogan further stated that dealing with inflation is the most important and urgent issue of Turkey. Currently, the inflation rate of 44% has affected everyone's life in Turkey, priority to the earthquake and of the priority to return 1 million volunteering Syrian refugees to their country. However, the issue of the presence of hundreds of thousands of immigrants from other countries such as Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and other countries was not mentioned in Mr. Erdogan's first speech. Forced deportation of the migrants is a serious concern for human rights institutions. Also, Turkey's military attacks on the territory of Iraq and Syria under the pretext of fighting terrorism has caused disputes in the region. The authorities has previously asked Ankara to apologize and stop airstrikes on its territory.
Thank you, Sumaya, for the following report on the Turkish elections. We have reached the end of today's Shia Waves. Remind our dear viewers of today's headlines. Deputy of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Madagascar. Shia Muslims in Majunga are eager to attend Ahlul Bayt ceremony. Deputy of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi discusses horizons for developing media activities with director of Al Zahra TV channel. Non-violence organization strongly deplores arrest of climate activists in the Netherlands. Imam Hussein Media Group set to host 8th big gathering of viewers in Canada. Recep Tayyip Erdogan wins Turkish presidential election amid regional and global different reactions. You can read the latest news on our Shia Waves website, and you can send news of your city or country to be published in our news agency. Contact us on the numbers at the bottom of the screen. This is the end of today's show. Thank you very much for watching. To hasten the reappearance of the mass of our time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I am the partner of the sun, for he bows his head each night, so I may breathe.